You ready to do this? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to tell you about the folks behind me. They are all parts of organizations who have received these grants that we're here to talk about. And we're so happy to welcome all of you. I'm here today with members of my One Lexington team. They're a little bit obvious right here, who every day work to keep our young people away from gun violence, every single day. Director Divine Karama, Community Outreach Coordinator Larry Johnson, and Crisis Response Coordinator Kenneth Payne. We also are joined by Melissa Tibbs from the Community Action Council and Christian Adair, representing the Alpha League, one of our grant recipients. Today, we are announcing that 18 grassroots nonprofit organizations active in violence prevention are receiving grants from One Lexington. Representatives of several organizations are here today, and we really offer our thanks and our congratulations to each of you. We value the hard work you're doing in our community. The work to make the community safer is not something the city can do alone. We rely on the support of our community partners, like many of you, nonprofit organizations that have been active in our community for many years, working to reduce gun violence. These community organizations, dedicated to uplifting our young people, take various approaches, including one-on-one mentoring, education, wellness, coaching, and counseling, as well as wellness. This is the fourth year for these grants. The first year, our grants totaled $50,000, and that investment has grown to $150,000 this year. These organizations submitted applications for funding through the Community Action Council, which vetted each proposal. I want to thank Melissa and everyone at the Community Action Council for their assistance. There were 25 applications originally, and they selected 18 recipients. So first, I'd like us to hear from One Lexington's Larry Johnson, who is here to tell us more about the importance of community partners to One Lexington's work. Larry?
First, I want to thank Mayor Gordon and definitely our Executive Director, Divine Karama, and my partner, team member, Kenneth Payne. They're super hard-working team members, and they go above and beyond every day. Stronger Together is not just a slogan in Lexington's gun violence reduction effort, it's how we operate. It is who and what we are. Gun violence affects the whole community because bullets don't have eyes. They go wherever they're aimed. One Lexington, out of the mayor's office, the departments of public safety, social services, housing, economic development, and of course our police department, network to create to provide a positive, healthy community for all of us. These are joined by the Sheriff's Department, the courts, the SRA, USAO. But we recognize that our public officials and public offices are not enough. We can't do it alone. Together, today, we will witness how our local government, through One Lexington, collaborates and supports community partners working to prevent gun violence and intervene after the fact to bring resources and healing to our survivors. Through the grants we announced today, we anticipate being able to quadruple the number of people served from 660 last year to an anticipated 2,500 this year. We have a program for youth that promotes violence prevention and summer learning through hands-on activity and peer engagement. A program that provides crisis care, case management, and emergency supports to high-risk individuals to prevent involvement in violent crime, while also connecting families to long-term resources for stability and safety. Programs that provide essential skill training in self-esteem, emotional regulation, and decision-making, conflict resolution, and mentorship, all with the focus on violence prevention and building personal and social skills. Program that provides safe space for professional development, gaining financial literacy skills, building technical skills, workforce readiness, and career advancement. We are truly stronger together. Evidence supports the impact of this important work in this way. There has been a continual increase in the number of community agencies and programs addressing gun violence prevention. We are seeing an increase in the number of agencies and programs who are working with us to develop our strategic plan. And I'm proud to say over 30 young people affected by gun violence are not giving over and giving into their circumstances, but stood in this hall, on this stage less than a month ago, making a commitment to post-secondary education, receiving over $230,000 in scholarships for college and skilled trade trainings. Partners in this work. I'm making this final statement to those who have joined us today, as well as those who could not make it and those we don't know about. Partners in this work, today we are here to say, we see you. We appreciate your commitment to reducing gun violence in Lexington, and we are proud and will be proud to work with you in making Lexington a better place for its citizens and its visitors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry. Our One Lexington team rocks every day. Now I want us to hear from Melissa Tibbs, who is here representing the Community Action Council, and I'd like to ask Melissa to tell us a little bit more about the vetting process. You heard that 25 applied, 18 were selected. So Melissa, welcome to the podium. It's good to have you.
Thank you, everyone. As the mayor said, my name is Melissa Tibbs, and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of Sustainability for Community Action Council, and I'm pleased to be here today alongside the mayor and the entire One Lexington team. We've worked together closely now for more than 2 years, and it's been a real pleasure. But they're announcing today and celebrating the grant recipients who are and will continue to support the well-being and safety of our community. As a nonprofit organization ourselves, Community Action Council, we know the power of partnership, and our collaboration with One Lexington and the nonprofit and grassroots groups you see here today reflect what we know it takes to drive meaningful and lasting change. So Community Action is the grants administrator for this initiative. What that means is that we have developed an internal team of staff who not only understand the impact of poverty, but have expertise in poverty-related initiatives, as well as youth programming and services. And together, the teams are reviewing the applications as they come in. They are individually scoring, then they're meeting together and ranking the applications that they have within their group. And then we have the final selection process, which is made to our recommendations to One Lexington. Our goal all along has been for this work to be accessible to nonprofit and grassroots groups, some of whom may have never written a grant application before. We want it to be straightforward and supportive. For the FY26 year, as you've heard, we received 25 applications totaling more than $226,000, but since we started working with One Lexington in March of 2023, we have reviewed over 130 applications. And the work that you see over the last 2 years and what you'll see here really reflects a good partnership between us and the city. More importantly, though, One Lexington and Community Action Council are ensuring that resources get into the hands of the grassroots organizations closest to gun violence prevention strategies, many of whom bring lived experience and commitment to the work of intervention and healing. So to those organizations today, congratulations. Your work is essential. Thank you for leading the way and for the impact your work will make over the coming year in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melissa, and I really liked your emphasis on partnerships. Here in government, we know we can't get much done in the city without good partnerships. It takes everybody. So now we're going to hear from Christian Adair, who is here representing the Alpha League, one of the organizations receiving funding. Christian, welcome.
First, thank you, Mayor. Thank you. One Lex, I know you guys are working hard in community action. We definitely at Alpha League appreciate the support. A few things, we're a piece of the puzzle. It takes everyone to do something. We are solving a very serious issue that was created by society. And myself and these other organizations do this out of love. It sounds like a lot of money is being spent, but Chicago Urban Labs did a study, and for every $1 spent on mentoring programs, it saves the community about $7. So I want you to really soak that in and understand why it's so important to do prevention and support mentoring programs like Alpha League, like these other organizations that are pouring and investing into our young people. The more educated our community is, the more mentoring that goes on, the better the entire community will be. And so I commend all these organizations. I commend the mayor, continuing One Lex. I look forward to seeing the outcomes, which usually happen a few years later, but these outcomes will be beneficial to everyone. And again, on behalf of Alpha League and the mentoring program, one last thought. I've been doing this program since 2011, and I've never received the amount of money I'm receiving today. And those guys that were in my mentoring program starting in 2011 and so forth, they're now mentors of my young guys, and so it's proof. That you plant a seed in our young people, it will come back. And this grant is going to go a long way, and we continue to do the work, and again, appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. You know, this is a pretty big, exciting day, and while these organizations take different approaches to reaching our youth, the message is always the same. Be safe, make good decisions, enjoy a bright future ahead. That is what we want. We know we have more work to do always, every day. However, by working together as a community, we have had some successes. Last year, we saw a 10% decrease in homicides. Yes, that's exactly right. We saw a 68% decrease in reported shooting victims among victims ages 10 to 29, the young people. So I want to congratulate and thank everyone here today, and I think, do we have a check somewhere to present? Yes, that's the big deal, right? And then we'll be happy to take one-on-one questions from the media. We always have to show the check. This is the important part.
What you say is what you
All right, here we go, 150,000.
Level it up.
Divine, like you're
Level it up. Yeah.
Divine, put your
yours
check
down.
down a little bit so it can level up.
There you go.
No, put it down.
I'll put it down.
Okay. There we go.
Thank you all for coming. Congratulations.